So I have quite a few things added to my tank. It looks way more planted, but it's really not. So first off, I have these two bulbs that are huge, and I bought two because I'm planning on setting up a second 29 gallon probably tomorrow. I was planning on setting up a couple weeks ago, but I've had some medical issues. Anyways, so I'm probably gonna plant this one that has kind of less leaves in this tank, and this big one in what'll mostly be an empty tank. Then I have this. I might separate it, split it up, and put a few in the background here and a few in the background of the other tank. And then I got this really tall grass stuff. I don't even know what species it is, but it's pretty cool. So I might split some of that up and share it in both tanks. And then instead of java fern in the other tank, I have a bulbitis species that I bought. Oh my god, that's my cat. Shut up. So I'm gonna put the bulbitis in there and leave the java fern in here. This stuff is doing like hell. I remember the first couple of videos, it was spreading like crazy. It was super green. I planted like 8 plants, and within like 2 weeks they became like 20. Now they're all just brown and dying. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, I kind of like this much plants in the tank, but I definitely have to kind of thin it out. And I have 4 new platies in here. I got this bumblebee platy female. I like her because her whole body is yellow, but she's got black on her head, and I just thought that was like really cool looking. And then I got, well, right there was the panda platy female. She's mostly white with a couple black spots and a big black tail in the background there. And then who else? That's where is she? Female tiger platy. She looks nice and big and healthy, and this guy's chasing her off being a jerk. And then I got a male tiger platy, and I really like this guy because it's probably not shown up, but he has black underneath. He's got like a kind of a black belly and almost a black, not like a sword, but if you're familiar with platies, you know they've been crossed with swords, and sometimes a male doesn't necessarily get a sword, but there's kind of like a color where there would be a sword. And that's this guy. So he's really cool. So those are mostly the updates. I got like that baby's getting pretty big, and I have like 2 other babies in here that are maybe a week old. I don't know why I'm not getting more babies. I mean, I have plenty of cover, and I feed these fish at least 4 times a day. I don't see why they would be devouring the babies, unless it's just because they're all young and they're really not having that many babies because it's like their first drops. But I've got 2 or 3 in here right now that are looking pretty fat, like they're gonna drop pretty soon. I guess we'll just see. In the past, I kind of start accumulating platies much faster than this once I get them into a nice established planted tank. So I don't know really what's going on. Our tap water here is like perfect for live bears. So maybe they're just ravenous and they're just eating them, or they're just not having that many. I don't know. But I'm really liking the way this tank is looking. I was talking to one of the last local fish stores within. He's actually 2 miles from me, which is great. So every other local fish store is within like 20 at least, and whatever. But anyways, I've known the owner for shoot at well, I'm 38, so 22 years. And he'll basically order anything for me if he's able to order it. And so I just need to figure out what I want to put in here. I want to put maybe 2 different schools of like tetras, or like a school of tetras, a school of rasboras. I would like to get auto sinkless for algae control. And like no one has auto sinkless, so I'll have to ask him. I'll probably ask him like next Friday if he can get me some auto sinkless. Like, he's cool, like, because I can be like, hey, can you order fish for me? And he's like, what do you want? And I can be like, well, yeah, I'd like to get like 10 auto sinkless. And he'll order 60 auto sinkless, because he knows that, like, if I'm looking for him, other people are probably looking for him. Like, he's mostly a cichlid guy, like cichlid and kind of like monster fish, which I feel is like a dying thing. It's still pretty popular here where I live, but like the small stuff, the community stuff sells so much easier. Like, yes, of course, it's not a $65 red-tail catfish, but God, red-tail catfish should not even be legal to sell anymore these days. I mean, no one has a tank big enough for red-tail. I don't think my swimming pool, which is a below ground, like, diving pool, that's maybe big enough for like a red-tail catfish, like. But that's still what sells here. But also just angelfish and guppies and tetras and mollies and platies sell, and like, autos and Corydoras. So this is like not focusing. Maybe it's just not focusing for me. It might be focusing once like the video downloads. This has happened before. See, there it's kind of focusing. I don't know. But anyways. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go see him. My wife's, I don't drive because of medical conditions. My wife's next day off is Friday. He gets his deliveries on Friday, but then also he sends out for his deliveries on Friday, so I can go in and be like, hey, I'd like to get like a dozen auto sinkless or whatever, and he'll order a bunch of them if he can get them. I have some other stuff I want him to order. I recently noticed jet black platies, where they're like basically black mollies, but they're platies. They're all black, and not like that shiny, like they have sparkly blue or green, and they have like white faces and stuff. Like, they're all completely like matte black, and that's awesome. And I really want to get some of those, and I just want to put them in their own tank and breed them exclusively, because I think they're like the coolest thing. I mean, I was a goth slash metal kid in high school. I mean, I kind of still am, but I don't dress like that or act like that anymore. But just like, oh my God, completely pure jet black, matte black platy. That is awesome. So I want to get a bunch of them and put them in their own 29 and just breed them exclusively. And then maybe throw one of them in here and see like what the mixes would make. I mean, I have all these in here just because the cool thing about platies is that, I have so many different kind in here. And when they crossbreed and stuff, you get just weird patterns and colors that you don't see. And like, I could take the time, I guess, years to make, the pattern or the color or whatever, like locked in. But I just like seeing what comes up, and then I'm just like, okay, cool. I'll maybe keep a couple of ones that look cool and just give the rest to the fish store. Well, not give, but So it's like, what happens if a high fin blue platy male breeds with a tiger female? What'll come out of that? Could be something totally cool, or it could just be something that just is like, it's just a normal looking platy. But anyways, I'm talking a lot. As always, I just wanted to show all the different guys and gals I got swimming around in here, and like how cool it would look if I actually did just plant this all and just said screw it and just bought just as many plants for the other 29 I'm gonna set up. Because I love it when it just looks like a underground jungle. Like it could be in some kind of like nature show, like somebody just like scuba diving with a camera and like, this is what the bottom of some amazing lake in the middle of Central America looks like, or something. Anyways, I'm stoked for my no fish. I just wanted to start having babies because I want to see what those babies turn out like. And of course, I would show everyone, before I sold them. I'll sell them when they're just about ready to be bred. Just they're like teenagers. So they should have their full color and everything, and if they're hyphens or not, you should be able to tell. And I'll keep some of the cool ones. And if there's some of the originals that I don't really care much about anymore, I'll sell them. But look at these three are going crazy. I'm pretty sure she is super pregnant. Like, what are they? She's not dropping right now. They're just like tormenting her. I'm gonna turn the lights off just in case she is dropping. Maybe they got a better chance of hiding. So I'm gonna call this video a night because I don't know why all of a sudden several males are so interested in this female. I've never seen them act like this before. Like, she's fat, like she's pregnant. So that's why you always get with live bears, you always want around like 1 male to 2 or 3 females, because they will just harass a female even after she's pregnant as hell. They will just constantly harass her. They can harass her to death. It's the same thing with cichlids. You get cichlids, don't get a pair. Never get a pair of cichlids. Get a male and 3 females. Or you're going to end up just with a male. So anyways, that's it. I really love how much this is planted, and I kind of want to just plant the bulbs and this plant and that grass. Then I got to buy a crap ton more. I can split some of these up. Some of these are getting to the point, some of these crypts, where I can split them up. And like, I got the Java fern I can split up, but I already have a bulbitis that I'm planning on planting in there instead. And I have a tank that I think I can still get some more moss out of, so I don't need to take away from this moss. I'd like this moss actually to fill in more. I actually still have some of these that look better. It's weird, they're like 3 times as long. I think because maybe there's less light or more light. I don't know. These have gone to shit. I don't get it. And I don't know why this isn't growing either. Because in the past, when I've had this, whatever this is, wisteria or whatever else you call it. The other one that's almost exactly like it. It explodes. Like by the day you can like see that it's like an inch taller like every day. And this hasn't grown at all. And I have a bunch floating up here that hasn't really grown at all. I used to have this in like every tank when I had like a dozen tanks. So much so that I was throwing it away by the pounds. And I was still bringing in 6 bags to the fish club. And if nobody wanted it, I would just literally give it away. And if nobody still wanted it, I'd just do it in the trash before we left the club. Because I had so much. And it's just like not wanting to grow in here. It's weird. Maybe it's the light. I don't know. I feel like it grows in any light. And this is fairly high light, obviously. Because these are all still very much red. Well, this, when I planted this, it was green. And it's turning red like this. And I bought this as red. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm done. I don't know what's going on. I dose it, my tanks, not with anything crazy, but I feel like there's enough nutrients in the water, and I have plant tabs all throughout the whole tank. It's been a while. I guess I could put another bag in, but I don't know. I feel like with the dosing and with the, I'm sure the root tabs are still not dissolved, but this is just look at it. It looks so bad. And it looked so good at first. When I first planted in here, I planted in like 8, and within a week it doubled. And then with a week it doubled from, so it went from 8 to 16 to like 20 something, and it was almost going on 30, and now it's all browning and falling apart and just dying. And I haven't done anything. I mean, I keep dosing, at a regular basis. I'm not overdoing anything, and it's just browning and falling apart, and like leaves are getting holes in them. I don't know. And yet I have a 10-gallon that I haven't touched in forever because I haven't had fish in it, and it's got this much water. And the plants these are probably at most 2.5 inches long. Some of the leaves, some of those are like 6+ inches long, and they're super green, and they're just in this like nearly empty tank with one good light that I haven't touched in forever because there's nothing in there but those plants and a couple pond snails. I don't know. If it dies, it dies. Maybe I'll try something else, chain sword or something. I just thought it was going to spread all across the whole tank, and it looked like it was going to. And now it's just like crapping out on me. Alright, that's enough. I'm almost at 19 minutes. So that's it for tonight. I just really wonder what the heck's going on with these. But everything else looks great. And I'm happy with my new fish. Alright, well, see you later, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I'll make another one when I have something worth making. Bye.